I'm Joanna Weebush, and I live in Eagan, Minnesota, and I'm entering the competition of Real Women of Philadelphia. I have come up with this dish, the Aurbian style of shrimp and tomato. I came up with this dish because my grandma came to me one day, and she was like, this restaurant we go to in Aruba has this really amazing dish. And she kind of gave me a little bit of what it tastes like and how the ingredients were prepared. So I took her advice and I came up with this dish, and I tried a lot of different cheeses like feta and blue cheese. None of them really worked. And then I came across Philadelphia cream cheese. That right there was the winning ingredient for my grandma. So today I will be preparing that dish for you. Hello, welcome to my kitchen. As I said before, we will be making Aurbian style shrimp and tomato. Okay, so I got my mise en place ready to go. And over here we have 3 ounces of our Philadelphia cream cheese. It's Philadelphia. We have our fresh dill. We have about 6 sprigs of dill in here, and we just chopped it up finely. We have 2 teaspoons of our Dijon mustard, 3 teaspoons of honey. We have 3 tomatoes here, chopped large dice, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. And then we have 1 large onion right here, chopped into a small dice. And then we have 4 cloves of garlic. And if you don't have fresh garlic and you have the stuff that comes in the jar, it's just 2 teaspoons of that. And then obviously we have our salt. Okay, so now with the tomatoes, we're going to chop these large dice style, and you just kind of chop it like that, and you're good to go. Now, my mom always told me that if you're going to be a good cook, you got to know how to cut an onion. So, she taught me how to cut an onion. You just take the onion and you chop it in lines, going with the grain of the onion, and then just go alongside here, really nice. And look at that, you have an onion cut. Alright, now we're just going to put all of this in the bowl here. And we're going to get we're going to go over here and get our stove on. And we want it on a little bit more than medium. We're going to wait for that. Now that our pan is heated up, I've already added the oil. We're going to add our onions and our garlic. Now, these onions, we want to have them be translucent when we're done cooking them. So they get like kind of a sweet flavor to them, and that'll bring the whole dish together. Alright, now we're going to just let these sit here, and we're going to go take care of our shrimp over here. Now with the shrimp, we're going to treat this shrimp like chicken because it's a contamination issue. Like chicken has salmonella, as does shrimp. Now with these shrimps, you want them to be deveined and you want it all the way peeled. You see how this one has the tail still on it? That's just really easy to get rid of. You don't want that in your stew either. You just squeeze the back end and it comes right off. Our onions are now getting to be translucent, so now we're going to start adding our other ingredients. First, we're going to take all of our tomatoes, our honey, and our dill. And by dill, I meant Dijon. Alright, it's starting to smell really good, guys. So we just want to warm this up a little bit here. Our tomatoes are now starting to break down. So we are going to add our salt and our dill. We just want this to cook down a little bit. Now it is time to add our cream cheese and our shrimp. Now we're just going to take our shrimp and put it in here and push it down into Usually I would just cook this on the stove top, but my mom always said, put it in the oven, it's always better. Okay, so now that we got that in there, we're going to add our chunks of cream cheese. I want you to bite into a piece of cream cheese and a piece of shrimp and not have to have it all blended together. You kind of get a little bit of everything. We have all of our ingredients put together. We're going to put this in a preheated oven of 350 and let it cook for 20 minutes. And don't forget to set the timer. Now that it's been 20 minutes, we're going to check our stew. Now, what we're looking for in the stew when it's done is our shrimp to cook all the way through. We don't want it to be any clearness in this shrimp. And you can see that it's all red. That means it's done. Oh, and look at those beautiful chunks of cream cheese. Okay, so now we're just going to dish this up. And you want to make sure you get a little bit of everything. But mostly you want cream cheese in that dish. Ooh, this looks so good, guys. And to top it off, we're just going to put a little sprig of dill. How pretty does that look? Warm thanks to Paula Dean for inspiring me to cook, and thanks to Philadelphia Cream Cheese for pulling my dish together.